Hey folks, this is going to be a kind of a long video, and I'm going to get to a lot of important things that I've noticed and things that I have fixed, and just things won't go away when you think they will. When, oh, it's this. You read the code, oh, it's this. You read that code, oh, it's this. So I got new brakes, new rotors, new wheel hubs, new axles, new drive shafts, new brake pads, calipers, speed sensors, wheel hubs. The only thing that's not new on this is my spindle. Everything else is new, man. Everything. And I got the transfer case replaced. I got the front differential replaced. All new bearing bushings put in it. And it's still got this service electric brake system issue. It's still got this service four-wheel drive system. It's still got my ABS lights. It's still got my traction control lights on. And I'm like, what in the hell could it be? I've literally replaced everything. The wires going to the ABS sensor are testing good. The sensor underneath the seat here for the ABS is testing good. So it's nothing wrong with my ABS system, even though I replaced it. I've had codes from throttle body positioning sensor with the lightning bolt. I've had check engine light. I've had transmission temp overheating. I've had just an array of problems. And it's all due to this, my transmission pump. Even though the transmission shift solenoid codes were popping up constantly, transmission overheating, I'd shut it off, I'd turn it back on, it'd run great, like it never overheated, drive fine, no drivability issues. Like, what the fuck could it be? You know what I mean? Like, you turn around and you replace everything and they still got the problem. The only thing you didn't replace is the transmission. Well, I got the codes after the diagnostics on my transmission, found out that my transmission hydraulic prime is gone. Like, there's none at times, which means there's no pressure going into the transmission. So I give it gas and my RPMs kind of drop down a little bit. It kind of acts like it's in between gear. It shifts as if it wants to go into fourth instead of into third. Like right now it's in fifth gear and I'm doing 40, but I could manually click it to fourth. No change in RPMs yet. Oh, there's third. 2,000 RPMs at 45 miles an hour. So the shifting issue, if you feel like you have to get on it and you just feel like you're missing half the power you had, well, the reason that is because the transmission pump, whether you have the 45 RFE or the 54 RFE transmissions, they are all the same, man. I am sick of people saying they're different, or this one's garbage and that one's better than the 45 RFE. The 54 RFE is the best one. Listen, they're the same damn transmission. When I mean same transmission, I mean you go to the shoe store and I go to the same shoe store. You buy the red Nikes, I go there and I buy the red Nikes. That's what I mean by the same goddamn transmission, man. It is the same thing. The only difference between the 45 RFE transmission and the 54 RFE transmission is like those shoes. You wear them with the laces knotted and not tied as to where I tie my shoes. All right? They're the same shoe, but slightly different because of the way they're worn. Okay? The 45 RFE transmission and the 54 RFE transmission, sorry, actually, the only difference is not the transmission, but how the vehicle wears it, or the programming in the transmission control module and the PCM, or wherever they hide the files, whether it's ECU, PCM. I have a feeling it's PCM because that's a power control module. So probably hit it in there. And the transmission control modules all have to be programmed differently for the applications. I got the 5.7 Hemi in a Jeep, but it's got the towing package and everything, so there's going to be different programming versus the ones that don't have it. Now keep in mind, guys, I have that check engine light, the lightning bolt of death every once in a while, shut it off, turn it back on, clears right up, no problem. And I mean immediately after you can do it, it's fine. Transmission over temp, constantly kicking on, even though you're not doing nothing. I'll be at a drive-through and gee, that's why. It's just sitting there and tranny's not really pumping because my pump is bad and it's throwing all these other codes. Now, why would it throw ABS codes. Why would it throw traction control or service electric brake system and service four-wheel drive system? Why? Because if your ABS goes off, your four-wheel drive in these go down as well. And so if you have the Dodge, you got Quadra Drive 2, Quadra Trek or Track or whatever the hell it is, you have any one of those or anything that deals with the ABS and the four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive system, it's going to affect it. So it's going to crap your four-wheel drive unit down a little bit. I don't have four-wheel drive in reverse, only forward. Makes no sense. But that's how it wants to run it. So now that I did that, right, and I explained that all these lights are attributed to that transmission pump. Why is that actually affecting your ABS and four-wheel drive? Well, because your transmission is losing power in its prime to be able to pump fluid. So basically what it's doing, it's making the transmission slip a little bit. And when it slips, it throws off the braking system because the speed sensors are saying, dude, the wheels ain't slipping, man. All my shoes are on the ground. Meanwhile, the transmission control module saying, dude, your four-wheel drive spinning, we can't kick in the four-wheel drive, right? Or you get all sorts of issues, drivability issues. So, yes, it is the transmission pump which is causing all this. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's about $4,500 to replace, to get it completely overhauled. You go and get a used one, you could be running right back into that same problem in a month later, 5 months later, a year down the road. So I'm a local businessman. The person down the road is a local businessman. So being that we're all in a small town, he's giving me $1,000 off, so it's costing me $3,500. So I'm sure you can find somebody to do the job for $3,500. But when people want to say it's because the transmission sucks, it's this, it's not. It's the same damn tranny. So I'm sick of reading in forums that tranny sucks, but the other one's great. It's the same damn thing. So, you know, if you want to go and, you know, roast a quarter-mile of fucking rubber down the road in your Charger, Challenger, Dodge pickup, or your Jeep Commander, which you can't do because it's all-wheel drive, or your Toyota pickup, just remember, no shit, it's junk. You want to dump 7K into a decent tranny, you're more than welcome to. Then it can handle that abuse. Because your torque converter, everything has to get changed and rebuilt to be able to handle the abuse that you're giving that damn vehicle. All right, it's not meant for that. It's meant for romping on, but not roasting and roasting. You know how much power and torque and stuff gets stuck on your drivetrain for doing that? That's why those trannies burn out. It's not because they're garbage. But anyway, that is the reason why I'm having all these problems. If you replaced everything, man, and you still got your ABS, your traction control, but you notice your tranny's a little sluggish and shifting, or it shifts odd. Yeah, it could use a filter change. It might just need a fluid change. But if you do that, and you still got the problem, and then you change the valve body, and you change the shift solenoids, and it's still doing it, yeah, that's your transmission pump. So, guys, just be aware that it can cause so many other different problems because it controls so many different things. One thing's out, it throws everything out. It's a set of dominoes. That's what these vehicles are. You push one down, the rest fall, and all these other codes will pop up. And you'll be replacing your EGR valve 3 times, your throttle body, the whole thing 3 times, and still have the same problem. You're like, dude, what the hell's going on? Find out that the EGR valve was the EGR valve, but all the other codes I've been getting, all the shit I replaced is all because of the transmission pump. Peace out.